So we were trying to figure out what to do, and I'm like, "Hey, man, there's some things on this shelf that I've had that we never even talked
We
about.
have not dived into this very often
No.
with the Bardstown group.
And today we're featuring a few bottles of Bardstown. I think they make their own stuff now.
I think they do, yeah.
I'm not sure
Finally,
if any of these represent what they made, but they also have been a blender in the past.
Correct.
Bardstown is also the principal investor in Green River.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how that ownership works,
Yeah.
but they're partners or sibling distilleries. But I believe Bardstown has a financial interest in the Green River distillery, and Bardstown already has a pretty cool little Whiskey Row experience. I don't know if you've ever popped in there.
I haven't been there.
Right on Whiskey Row. It was so busy the day I popped in there, so I don't know if they have tastings and all that sort of thing. But they do definitely have bottles you could buy. And then Green River is actually getting ready to open their Whiskey Row.
I know. I'm interested in that.
So I'm going to go. I'm like, Amanda, we got to go down there this summer because there's some new things. Because Pursuit's also opening a Whiskey Row experience too.
It would be very beneficial if you bought like a
MoJo
Whiskey van and we just all get in. We just all go down there.
We've actually talked about investing in real estate in Whiskey Row.
Pretty good deal.
It might be. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so I said, there's a few Bardstown things. Pick some out. So what did you pick?
So we picked out
there's no rhyme or reason.
No, the Series 11 Discovery Series. This is 118 proof.
But what Bardstown generally does, and I think all these bottles are examples of that, look at how much information is there.
Yeah, the mash bill is complete. I mean, 73% Kentucky, 13-year, 21% Kentucky,
so this is a blend.
10-year. And 6%, 6-year. And he's right. It has the 75% corn, 13 rye, 12.
Yeah, it's very.
It's almost all the way through, and I don't know why they all don't. Did you want to look at that?
No, I was just gonna say, try to get that up to the camera. This is information that's on the bottle. Like this is what I always appreciate about Bardstown.
Yeah, why don't they all do this?
I mean,
know. It's.
I don't know that it should be mandatory, but it is nice.
It is very, very nice.
Because when you're shopping, you're like, oh, I like this, I like that,
that's
whatever.
Right.
And Bardstown's giving you like the ingredients. So
and I am more in tune to buy something that I know what I'm getting into versus something that's like, hey, Kinsler, it's smooth as silk, and that's a lie. So
yeah, I'm a little heavy with the pour, so no obligation to consume it all. And I know this Discovery Series. Man, I'm trying to think. I probably got this. Let's say a year ago. They might be up to number 12.
Okay,
I'm not, but don't quote me on that. So, and I don't know how often they come out with a different thing, but they have such a wide variety of products. It's really for me, it's hard to keep up, and I haven't kept up. But I'm glad we're doing this because I haven't had Bardstown in a minute.
The nose on this is very buttery.
I get some pepper too, though. Like almost like a cayenne. I don't know if you're getting any of that.
A little bit.
But it is buttery.
There's heat.
There's heat.
Yeah.
Right. Heat's probably a better way to describe it.
Yeah, it's it'll open your sinuses up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
buttery, heat.
It has a great coloring to it.
Yeah, it's really dark.
Yeah, what is it? So at worst, it's a 6-year. So it's between 13 and 6-year blend.
To me, it's funny how my whiskey preferences or tastes have changed. I mean, they change not all the time, but often.
Right.
You can see how much is left in that bottle.
Yeah.
I remember when I bought it. I almost always when I buy something, not necessarily the day I buy it, but soon thereafter, I crack it and I taste it. Yeah, I'm not one. Although I do have one bottle.
It's kind of like when you're a kid, you buy baseball cards. You open the pack as soon as you get home.
Yeah. What's in this pack?
That's right.
I remember the time that I tasted this, like not being a huge fan.
This is really good pour to me.
But today, as I'm sipping this, completely different, like experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you on that. This is a solid pour.
It's got depth and complexity, and again, it's a blend of 3 different
13, a 10-year, and a 6-year.
All bourbons.
Yeah, all bourbons. And it's at 118 proof, and I wouldn't have guessed that. It don't seem quite that. The heat's not quite that strong. I mean,
the majority of 73% of this blend is a 13-year-old bourbon.
Correct.
21% of this blend is a 10-year-old bourbon, and 6% is a 6-year. So most 94% of this is 10 years or older.
Correct.
And I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I absolutely do. And it's the 6% is a Bardstown product. The other 2 are just say Kentucky. So
which could be
a lot. That opens the door to a lot. But it's a very, very solid pour. It has a good percent of rye really in it.
I feel that.
And the heat is there, but I'm not sure it drinks at 118 proof.
I think the heat could just be coming from the rye.
Exactly right.
I mean, it feels more like rye heat than it does proof heat.
Yeah, agree.
And I think that's where I was picking up on the nose, maybe like a cayenne type pepper.
Yes,
it's spicy.
It is spicy. It has spice to it, but from someone that eats a lot of jalapenos and stuff like that, I think that's why I kind of gravitate towards the rye. They have that spice, they have that heat, and it's.
Now, do you drink a lot of whiskey when you have like meals very often?
If I go out to eat, I do.
Yeah,
I definitely do.
Yeah,
I definitely will have a cocktail, and
definitely cocktail.
My cocktail is possibly neat along with an ice block.
Yeah.
So that's my cocktail.
I was just thinking about like to me, drinking this with spicy food, I don't think would be good.
No, to me, this pairing with a steak.
Yeah,
or
good with
a steak and potato. I'm not going to eat this with taco salad or something like that has a pile of.
Even though it's getting that peppery spiciness on the taste, I wouldn't pair well with that.
No, I agree with that. That's
all right. Thanks for
that's pretty solid
because
you may have to kick into that this weekend.
We'll see. That's a pretty good drink, really good drink.
Yeah, and it's a bit been sitting on your shelf for.
And I think sometimes it's happened. Yeah, it's been a long time, and this is all that's gone.
Yeah.
But I'm sure within the next couple of weeks it'll be a lot closer to the bottom.
That's right.
But I think that's something that's like my taste, your taste.
Oh, they change.
I mean, I got my go-tos. That's like my solids. Like every like I know what I'm getting into. Mm-hmm. I can dig into this one. But sometimes the things that are sitting there, you're like, come back, jog your memory. Like, oh, maybe it's different now. Maybe this is a lovely pour. And this turns out now I think would be a lovely pour.
And it's really odd because you could go through you could have a cold or you could have this. And you could go through it and you can be better. And then all of a sudden your taste has changed. You're like, this is an outstanding drink.
Yeah, this is in that category.
It's odd that things change like that, but they do.
All right, what do we got next?
So the next one we have is the Discovery Series. Again, this is a 4 mixer. You got 31% Kentucky, 25% Tennessee, another 25%. So you got 13 year on the 31%, 17 year on the Tennessee, a 25% 7 year, and a 6 year Kentucky. And you're high on. Well, I want to say high on the rye. You're between 16 and 8 on the rye.
All right.
So it's a solid drink.
And again, I probably have had
104 proofish.
I've had this for a minute.
Yeah.
But I know they're always coming out with the Discovery Series all the time. They're coming out with different things.
They have cool bottles too.
Yeah, I think so. And I believe, don't quote me on this, I haven't been there, but I believe their distillery, I've seen only because I've seen others visit. I think it's a relatively new-ish distillery.
Yeah.
But it looks like they've really built it so that it's like a great experience for the visitors. So.
Yeah, and I have a friend of mine I graduated high school with. This is a confusing time. So I graduated with an Amy Burton, and then Amy Brewer, who I'm talking about, married Travis Burton. So she's an Amy Burton now. Yeah. So Amy the current Amy Burton, she went to Bardstown recently, and she has, raved about the city.
Yeah.
Raved about
That's a cool little town.
Yeah. She said it's a must go. So I will probably try to get going there.
I don't know if I told you this, and I can't remember the name of it, but there's a new hotel that it opened.
Really?
I think it's called The Trail.
Okay.
And they converted an old Holiday Inn Express, and it's a bourbon-themed hotel.
I wish my house was bourbon-themed.
I know, right? Well, kind of. There's probably spots where it is.
But it definitely is.
All right, we're yapping. Let's get some sniffing and taste there. These blenders do an
amazing job, because you can put the butter and the oak, and I mean, this is a. But you also have the softness of the wheat.
Cinnamon graham cracker.
Yeah, absolutely on that. Yeah. So what you're saying is this is more of a breakfast bourbon? See, I've always been looking for one. I've been looking for a breakfast bourbon. I have plenty of dessert bourbons. So good. I found a breakfast one.
Yeah. Pretty tasty on the nose. Wow.
That's really good.
It's not what I expected from the nose.
No.
I was almost expecting it to be, I don't know.
Now the corn. Yeah, I was too. But cinnamon or pepper or something. Because once you swallow it, then your tongue is kind of lit up a little bit with some heat.
But it's like so soft to me.
So soft. And this is only 104 on the proof.
But even so, I mean, I would say the taste doesn't match what I was smelling. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
No.
I was expecting it to be more, I'll say, aggressive, spicy, rye.
Yeah, and it
heat,
wasn't.
Whatever, and it wasn't.
There's
soft, hints of that, but
because I think more of your baking spices will come through on this, the cinnamon and that type of stuff, which provides the heat.
It's a good drink too.
That's a really good drink. You are really letting this company down. What are you doing here?
Why haven't I been drinking these bottles? I don't know. I got one that's terrible, and I told you do not.
We didn't. We passed on it.
But I don't think it's their fault.
Yeah.
All right. So the last one we have in our Bardstown is their Fusion series, and this is
it's the lowest of the proof so far.
Yeah. So what are we dealing with here? 98.1 proof. Again, it's a blend. We've got 54% of their own juice. That's 3 years. So this is a little bit younger.
Yeah.
10% of their own juice. That's a 3 year. 6% of their own juice. That's a 3 year. And then we get 20% of a Kentucky something.
Yeah.
It's 12 year, and 10% of a Kentucky something that is also 12 years. So this is mostly their stuff, minus 30%.
Yeah.
All right. And again, this is the Fusion series. And I think the color of the label means something. I need to do more homework. I guess I need to drink most of what I have.
Yeah, I'm going to try to hammer that down this weekend.
I don't know about it. I got stuff going on this weekend, so I don't know about all that. But
it will go better if you're not sober. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, I'm sure of that. Yes, but I can't be. I got to be on the edge.
Yeah, I know.
I keep wanting to drink.
Executive producer Amanda runs a tight ship. Don't think she does.
She does. Yeah, I know my place.
Man, I'll tell you what. So far, these guys are doing a great job.
They're good blenders.
This has a really, to me, that butter comes through, that corn comes through.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some caramel notes.
There's caramel, a touch of vanilla.
Yeah, the vanilla's really good on this, actually.
Yeah.
It smells like everything we're describing makes it sound like it's sweet, but it doesn't smell sweet, if that makes sense.
No, and I have, not this, I have one bottle of Bardstown at home. It's an Origin series that I got, it's what's left of. I got it for my 50th birthday from Sarah Clark.
Okay.
Man,
That was a nice gift.
it's outstanding.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good. So I haven't had anything. I mean, I know you have a clunker
Well,
back here.
I will give it to you. Maybe you'll love it. There's no point in sitting here if. In fact, if I get
I'll
rid of
eventually
a bottle,
drink anything. Yeah.
if I get rid of a bottle, it means I can go get another one.
Perfect. That's exactly. Yeah, you're thinking.
But you're gonna have to explain. But you didn't have to pay anything for it.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, this has a great nose.
It's buttery, smooth, caramely, vanilla, corn, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not sweet.
It's not sweet.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It shouldn't make sense to you, but if you would smell this, you would know exactly what we're talking about.
Okay, there we go.
Mm.
The proof caught me for a minute, and I don't know why, because this is the lowest proof.
It's the lowest proof, 98 proof.
But it drank hotter at first.
At first it does.
Took my breath away.
Mm-hmm. Mm. That's a really good drink.
I get some fruit.
I would say you get some stone fruit.
Yeah.
Like an apricot or a pear. I mean, something that has...
yeah, like a good peach or an apricot.
Yeah.
There's some fruit. It's peaches. It's totally peaches for me.
Tell you what, these three are very solid sippers.
I mean, it's worth if you haven't had Bardstown,
you got to go.
And I don't think they're crazy ridiculous on price.
No, I don't either. I agree.
I think they're going to be hovering around the $60-ish if I'm remembering correctly.
Yep.
But they're good.
At least locally here, they are.
They're good. And I can't believe I forgot about this distillery. So sorry, Bardstown, but I'm remembering now. So won't happen again.
Yeah, I mean,
honest mistake.
You got some good stuff on your shelf. I'll give you that. So it's
these are good.
These are good. These are outstanding. Not a bad offering in the three.
No. No.
Yeah, they did a good job when they blended these. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're blended very. The nose comes across well into the palate to me. Yeah,
absolutely. And again, they share so much information, so you know what you're getting into. Now, you may not know exactly what it is specifically, but you're going to have a pretty good idea based on what they're sharing on their label. And Bardstown, I appreciate you for doing that, and I hope that you push other distillers to do that as well, because as a consumer, that's just nice information to have.
Yeah, and honestly, when we did this, we went from the highest proof to the lowest proof, and really the lowest proof drink is hot as the others. Yeah. It was a unique. So they knew what they're doing. They control their proof point. Yet they keep their taste profile.
Good. It's really good.
Yeah,
check it out. Thank you for checking this out at MoJo Whiskey Bar. Thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Check us out on the TikTok, on the Instagram, on the Facebook, and of course on the YouTube. So we're going to keep bringing stuff at you. Yeah. And if you have thoughts, ideas, comments, suggestions, think we're idiots, let us know.
My wife thinks I'm an idiot. Well, I'll be honest with you.
Some days I get that too, but anyway, just let us know. We appreciate the feedback. We like comments. Yeah. So anything else?
No, that you got to start drinking some of this stuff on your shelf.
I know. The good news is when I do, it's like babe, I'm out. These are empty. Yeah. I need to get something else.
Exactly right. That's a good.
Anyway, all right. Mission accepted.
Yeah.